Hi, Kerry. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm Nicole. I also work with my math experts. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, doing great.
Oh, nice. Where are you from?
I am from South Carolina. You probably can tell with my accent, but I'm from a small town in South Carolina. We're about 30 minutes from the capital, which is Columbia.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've only traveled like the east southern part, Kentucky, Tennessee, of course, like Georgia, Florida, but I haven't been to the Carolinas yet, and I really, really want to go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a pretty good location because I'm 20 minutes from or 20 minutes, 2 hours from the beach and about 2 hours from the mountains.
That's
So
perfect.
it's a good, yeah, it's a good location. It really is.
And is the are the beaches nice?
Oh yes, my favorite. So we have several. There's Myrtle Beach, and then there's close to Charleston, which
Mhm.
would so it's Folly, Sullivan's Island, and the Isle of Palms. And I would say that Sullivan's Island and Folly Beach, those are my two favorites.
I think I've heard of Myrtle Beach before. Maybe.
You probably have. Well, yeah, you probably have. It's a big tourist kind of place.
Okay. Hmm.
And it's great. I like the more laid back parts,
Yes.
like the Folly and Sullivan's Island are more laid back, and I enjoy that. Like I don't know, when I go to the beach, I just want to sit there and read and just soak in the noise of the water and everything.
Exactly. That's the favorite part about the beach is just being there. It's so great.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Carrie, let's go ahead and get started. I would first like to ask you about your teaching experience. How long have you been teaching? What kind of teaching have you done?
Okay. All right. So I'm getting ready to show my age a little bit. So I have been teaching for 26 years. I have taught at a lot of the middle school. So I started out at the same middle school that I attended as a student.
Ah, that's
Yeah, it was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah, and I taught with some of my favorite all-time teachers.
That is so
And so,
cool.
yeah, I stayed there for 23 years. And then while I was there, I taught Algebra 1 honors, 8th grade. I taught geometry. I taught Algebra 2. And then I taught 8th grade pre-algebra. I enjoyed all of it. And then just a few years ago, I decided I wanted to make just a little bit of a change. And so I moved to a low neighboring district and same subjects, 8th grade algebra
Yeah.
and pre-algebra. And so I've been there. And then I am getting ready to retire after this year.
Yay! Congratulations. Heck
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank
Well,
you.
yeah, I mean, with all those years of teaching, you deserve it, girl.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm
I'm
teaching
just very
junior high
excited.
too. I taught junior high for 2 years in Arizona, and I mean, I felt like an older sibling to them because I'm
Yes.
27 and I was 26, 25 when I started teaching, and they were just a decade some older. Like I was a decade some older than them, but they were still a handful. Oh my gosh, those kids
Oh, yes.
drove me up the
Middle
walls.
school. Yeah, middle school is a special area, and I've really enjoyed it. I actually taught my niece one particular year, and so that was pretty
Oh, that is
cool. And
cool.
relatives and neighbors,
Yeah, of
so
course.
I've really enjoyed the time. I mean, it has been great.
So when you said about teaching like your nieces or yeah your niece in class, but also neighbors, have you ever done like one-on-one tutoring outside of the online world?
Oh, yes. So
Cool.
I've done, well, first of all, back when I was teaching at my former school,
Hmm.
it was required to every teacher had an hour a week after school to tutor.
Gotcha.
So I did that one-on-one in person. And then I've tutored for a long time, just like neighbors,
Yeah.
relatives, people like that. And so yeah, I've done a lot of tutoring.
So,
And I know former students will come back to me and say,
ah!
"Can you help me with this?"
Oh, that's so
So yeah.
sweet. So what's your favorite thing about one-on-one teaching?
Um, the relationship building. I feel like you can really get to know a student when you're working with them one on one, and
I
you
agree.
can easily observe what helps them learn, and
Yeah.
what where they struggle, and the areas. And I went in a full classroom with, like, 25 to 30 students. It would be amazing if you could be one-on-one with each one of
Of
those.
course.
So anytime I do one-on-one tutoring, I feel like I just get a better picture of that
Yeah.
of that child.
And then how's your experience been with my math experts working with kids one-on-one online?
I have loved it. So I started with my math experts in
Mhm.
January, and I really love the online approach because, as I told Kevin, the fact that now I am not just teaching to South Carolina students, I am teaching across the country, and that gives me chill bumps because I think about, how what role we can play
Yes.
in these students' lives and their families. I mean, I feel like even just through from January till now, I feel
Mhm.
like I really know these kids and I really know the
Yes.
family.
And
And because we're there every week, or more than once
yes.
a week
And
sometimes.
I mean,
So I love
you got so close to your students in the classroom, but I feel just as close to my students here on my math experts, and I
it.
just see them
Yes.
1 hour a week, but I feel like I know them so well.
Right, but it's that 1 hour that we're totally focusing
Yeah.
on them, and I think you get to know them faster, and you get to know them better, I
Yes,
think.
I agree 100%. 100%. Oh, that's so good. So, with the families as well, and how commutative we are, or no, I'm trying to, like, how well we communicate with families. Sorry, my English isn't good.
Oh, you're perfect, you're
That's
perfect.
why I took up math. But yeah, just our communication with families as well. What's your favorite thing about helping families and students?
Well, I like to be able, whenever I go to help a student, I think that parents can give us such a good insight of what needs to be done. I know all the parents that I've worked with so far, with my math experts.
Mhm.
Um, they are very hands on as far as making sure that I know what what the students struggle on, whether if that's, they contact the teacher or whatnot. But I always have an idea of what I need to do with the
Mhm.
student, and that is because of the communication from the parents.
Yeah.
I think my math experts, I think we do a great job with reaching out to the parents. And, like when we do the feedback and we email the shared notes, parents can see that, and they know exactly what we've done and
Exactly.
each week. And I really think that helps, with the communication part of things.
Yeah, and just backtracking as well, sharing that information with the student's teacher. Um, I always say, like,
Yes.
responsible parents make responsible students, and it's so
Mm-hmm.
nice to see how all of us are so engaged and involved in a student's learning, and we're all talking to each other about what they're learning in class. Some of the students will tell you, they're on top of sending homework, resources, whatever we need to help
Mm-hmm.
them essentially, and it's such a great
Right.
experience. Yeah.
I agree. I'm loving it. And this is something that, now that I'm retiring, like, I will have more time to do. And I think it's going to feel, because I worry that, I'll have that little bit of void with not being in the classroom, but I think this is going to fill it for me. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be great.
Well, girl, you're gonna retire. What are you gonna do with your extra time? What are some hobbies or things you like to do?
Well, I love to travel.
Oh, traveling. Where have you traveled
Yeah.
to?
I like to do the national parks.
Ooh, yeah.
And so yeah. So I did all of our state parks. Me and my best friend did. My husband was like, he wasn't all about the state parks, and he was like, "Y'all go to it." Her husband wasn't either. So we traveled around the state. We did them all, and we actually became the ultimate outsiders. We got a certificate and everything.
What?
Yeah,
That's
so pretty cool.
awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna do more of the national parks. Like
Yeah.
in January, I'm going on a big retirement trip to St. John,
Woo.
in the Virgin Islands. Yeah, it's a national park there. And then I'm gonna enjoy nature, and I have some of my hobbies you're asking about. We have like a hobby farm here at my house.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so my husband and I, we don't have children, but we have animals. And so we have sheep, donkeys, and cows, and cats and dogs. So
That's
that takes up a lot
amazing.
of my time.
That is my dream life, literally. I want a
It's
little
awesome.
I want a little pond with otters. I want otters.
Yes. Yes.
I definitely want ducks, chickens. I want a goat. Yeah, and I want any dog I see on the street. You're coming home with me, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that
That's
is
right.
so
So
incredible! Wow, and that's
yes.
so sweet. I like that. I like that name, coin. Hobby farm. Is that what you called it?
Hobby farms,
Hobby farm.
yes.
That
Yeah.
is so cute.
We don't make any money off of it. It's just something we do for fun. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Well, you got to do something to keep yourself a little sane from the outside world.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's so
That's
great.
exactly right.
Oh, well, Carrie, I have one last question for you. To
Okay.
just close it off, what do you think is special about My Math Experts and the services it provides to families compared to just your teaching experience in general? What do you think?
Well, I will say something that surprised me, and this kind of goes with it, well, it's within the company and with the families.
Yeah.
For the fact that we are so spread out all over our country, but yet we're together, we're uniform. Like, and I credit Kevin and Bailey for that, with the Slack channels, and with getting us the information and keeping us informed. And even though we are all spread out, I feel like it's almost like that family atmosphere, even
Yeah.
though I have never in person met any of her people. But I feel like we are. I mean, we take care of each other.
Yes.
If somebody's sick, we cover. And I think that's great. And I think as far as our students, um, Kevin and Bailey are going to make sure that we have what we need. We have our
Exactly.
supplies. We have them, and you don't find that in other online places, online tutoring services.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
yeah, and so I feel like it's tailored to the child. It's tailored to the family, and a big part of it is that relationships. And if you have the relationships, then the knowledge and the curriculum that will come.
Yeah, and I mean, just going back to what you said about us, like kind of being a family, it's so true. Like we all have each other's contacts on Slack. If I need a
Hmm.
resource or something, I can just message all of you guys at the same time. Hey, does anyone
Right.
have this resource for this student? Does anyone have any tips with working with a student who has high levels of ADHD? Like, like,
Right. Right.
yeah, we're all there for each
Right.
other. I agree with you 100%. That's
And
beautiful.
and the mentor program, for tutors that come in, and there's a mentor, that's unusual too
Yeah,
for an online tutoring
100%.
company. I know I have heard of tutoring companies, they just kind of throw you in there, but
You're like, good
I don't feel that way.
luck.
Yeah, I don't feel that way about this one. Again, I think it's based on caring for each other.
Yes, 100%. Oh, that's so sweet. I really like that. That's a good, wonderful, beautiful way to put it. Well, Carrie, it was very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having this get to know you meeting with me. I am excited to work with you, and it's just so nice that we are able to have face to face. Well, not necessarily face to face, right?
Right. Right.
We're able to talk
Yes.
to our coworkers and our adult friends.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. And so, yeah, thank you. Thank you for reaching out.
You're
I think
welcome.
this is a great way for people to know about our program and to know about all of us. So that's great.
Yes. Well, if you ever need anything, just let me know, okay?
I sure will. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.